Check out the blind pre-sale going on right now with the 6-color I Shoot Raw t-shirt blind pre-sale. Check it out, FroKnowsPhoto.com/store. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and it's time for the Raw Edit of the Week number 65, as well as Adam and my Raw Edits from the week 64, and your Raw Edits of the week 64. It is brought to you by AllensCamera.com. That is where I get all of my stuff, and you guys can find new, used, and I don't know, whatever you're looking for. If you're in the U.S., you can check out AllensCamera.com, and they will help you out for all of the stuff that you need. So let's see what photo I chose this week. Oh yeah, on the top of the screen, you're going to see, you can jump to mine, Adam and my Raw Edits, or you could jump right to your Raw Edits of the week from 64. So here we go. This is the file that I picked for this week. It is a picture of Lil. I never put this photo up for the Raw Edit of the Week, but I figured it would be a fun photo for you guys to edit because you can do a lot with this image. Taking it, let's see, 1/60th of a second, f3.5, ISO 266 millimeters with a 24-72.8 from my D3S. You know, you could go black and white, like always. You could go color. It's Lil. Have fun with it. I don't mind if you make some creative, you know, like Aunt Jemima bottles or, you know, Mrs. Buttersworth. Or you make Lil on a tea bag or a tea box or whatever. Just, you know, have fun. Edit the raw file. Do that normal raw edit and then follow it up with something more creative. I am perfectly fine with anybody taking it into Photoshop or any other photo editing program and doing something interesting with it. I don't, you know, I really don't mind what you do with it. Just be creative and have fun. There is nothing wrong with using Photoshop after you do your raw edit in whatever program that you do your raw edit in. So here we have Lil. Nice, pretty smile. The file looks a little green to me on here, but there's a lot of corrections that can be done to this. So have fun. Be sure to post it on the Facebook page, but also in the forum. Do not send me edits of this raw file to the email address. Don't send these edits there. That you put them in the forum, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, you know, pretty much anywhere else you want to put them, Google+. And this is what I'm looking for you guys to do. And you can also make screen flows and make it a video response to this called Raw Edit of the Week 65. FroKnowsPhoto Raw Edit of the Week 65. I am looking for raw files for you guys to submit. I am looking for portraits. We're looking for portraits of kids. We're looking for portraits of guys and girls. That is what we're looking for. So that's the assignment. You can send them into FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com, and maybe you will see your file up here next week. But we're definitely looking for really cool portraits that we can, you know, open up to the rest of the Fro followers to see what they can come up with. So now coming right up after this is mine and Adam's Raw Edit, followed by your Raw Edits of the Week 64. So have fun, and we will see you in 2 shakes of a tea leaf. Okay, here we go with the Raw Edit of the Week 64 of this chimp. And let's see, what are we going to do to this? So it's an interesting file to edit, and I kind of say the same thing every time, but I think a crop is definitely due in order, and I think a square crop is going to be the best option here. So I don't want to maintain the aspect ratio, so I am going to enter a custom size of that. And there we go, 1:1. And I'm going to undo that, because now I just want to move the thing around. And let's see if we'll bring it in any closer. I don't want to cut anything off here already. You know, I think it's close enough to the edge here, maybe a little too close. I want to leave some head. I like leaving headroom. That's my personal thing. And another thing I just noticed down here is I left a little bit of the tree underneath. I don't know if that would be better or if this is better, just, you know, not leaving any of that to distract you. And I hit enter and boom, there we go. We've got the chimp right here. He's just so cool. He's thinking. He's got it all going on. What am I thinking? And what direction are we going to take this file? I saw some interesting ones that you guys did. You know, it's either really straight up color or really straight up, well, some split toned black and white. I feel that the black and white is an easy, not easy, but a good way to take this file because, you know, there's not much color going on. You know, it's just you got the bluish tint to it, which you could clean up with some yellow. And that gives you that look. But I'm going to go with the black and white. And let's see what we do here. You know, I don't want to overdo it like I normally do, which I tend to overdo it. You know, you could put in the Mr. Phil light, but, you know, I don't want to do that. I want to try to bring out the face as much as possible because the face is really good here. I'm not a big fan of recovery, but maybe a little bit here. There. Let's see what we can do with our mid-tones or our tone curves. There we go. That's giving me the blacks that I'm looking for. And I want to bring down the background, but instead of maybe going in and dodging and burning it out, let's just see if we can post-crop vignette this and see what we come up with. Yep, that's bringing the background down quite a bit, and it's drawing us into the image, and that's what I'm going for here, is to be drawn into the image. I want to up that. Maybe too much. We got that. What's this one say? Roundness. Roundness. So there we go. We brought down the back. Let me just show you what I did right here. So I'm going to click here. That turns off the vignette. I turn the vignette back on, and I think that creates a better image because it's drawing us into the image instead of being distracting with the background, which was very, very, very bright. Let's see if we can... what we can do here. I mean, I really... you know, maybe we'll just brighten it up that much with the fill light today. And see what we got. No, too many of the black levels. I want to keep the face. This is what I want to keep. So I think we're pretty good here. I don't want to add too many and, you know, too much black because I still like the separation. The hand is great. Maybe I'll try something different in a minute. But let's try a split tone and see what we come up with. And I'm feeling it in the brownish, goldish, not in the greenish. Not so much in the reddish, but more in the goldish brown. A Goyish brown. I'm just looking for the right one. Now, to me, I think that this is something that you have to play by feel and see what looks the best for you. You know, that's why, I don't think you can just randomly go, yeah, I want to do this. You have to see it. And I think some of these colors are going to work better than the other. Let's see what that looks like. There's my highlight. So we're going to turn it off, then on. It's subtle, but I like the feeling that we got here. So let's go ahead and save this as snapshot 1. Let's try something over the top for number 2. And let's see how this file can handle something. I mean, it does. The file really doesn't handle it. I'm not going to put it up because I don't think the file can handle it. But if I was to shoot it again, this could be an interesting type of look to the file. So what we got here is snapshot number 1. This is what I'm going to go with. I like the feel of it. I like that it looks realistic to me. And I didn't let the background blow out too much by using the post-crop vignette to basically draw me back in to the chimp right here. So now, Adam, you are up.
Adam Lerner, and welcome to this week's Raw Edit. And this week we have a photo of a chimp who is chimping. Yeah, he's looking at his hand and he's grabbing his foot, hanging on some kind of faux tree branch. I'm guessing this was taken at a zoo. You know, nicely done, nice and sharp, you know. Yeah, it's a photo of a chimp. All right, so what are we going to do with this chimp today? Well, you know, I'm going to probably start with some color, and I might even try a black and white. This green area up here, I'm not really digging it. I'm not quite sure what it is or was, but I'm probably going to want to crop that out, and let's do that first. Hitting the R key. Let's see. Yep, I want to come down here. And I'm just going to come down to something like that. I'm going to come up a little bit over here. I don't want to cut off any of the chimp's toes or anything like that. You know, I'm going to have to live with that little bit of green over there. It's a little bit of a tighter crop, you know, than I really wanted to go with. But you know what? We might do some vignetting. We might do something to, you know, account for that. So let's just go in there and we'll just get some stuff going on. And today I'm using Lightroom 4 because I really like Lightroom 4. I don't use it for my own personal workflow because it's very quirky. There's some latency issues and things like that. However, I do like the new processing engine and I do like some of the new features. So we're going to stick with that today. All right. So I am going to, let's see, we're going to just check the exposure here and I'm just going to bump it up a little bit, you know, just kind of bring it up. You know, I don't mind that it's a little overexposed, but I just want to add some exposure. I'm just going to add a little bit more, something like that. Definitely, I feel like it needs some more contrast. So we're going to bump that up to about there. Highlights, I'm just going to bring them down just a touch, somewhere around there. And let me just see how we do with that. You know what? We're just going to go down about there for now. Shadows, yeah, I don't want to go too crazy with that. And let's see. We'll just kind of go down to there. Whites, you know, I'm just going to bump my white level down. I mean, yeah, we just want to make sure that it's not blown out or anything like that. And you know, blacks, I definitely want to thicken this image up. You know, I want to give it definitely a thicker vibe. We'll go before, we'll go after. Yeah, it's a little bit much. I'm going to add some highlight to it, something like that. And I'm just going to bring my blacks somewhere around there. And yeah, let's go for that. We'll add some clarity. Oh yeah, now things are really starting to happen over here. That's really nice. And maybe just a touch of vibrance. And I'm just going to pull my saturation just down a hair, somewhere around there. And I want to add some white balance to this. I want to just add some temperature, some color temperature. Just a little bit, something like that. You know, I really kind of like where that's headed right now. We'll go before and we'll go after. We got a lot more going on in here. We got a lot more texture, just giving it some more clarity here. I'm just going to zoom in on that. You know, that's pretty nice. Point curve, I'm just going to go to medium contrast. And again, that just gives it more punch, more impact. I'm also going to sharpen it up. You know, maybe I'll just grab his nose over here or somewhere. Maybe, you know, on his face where, you know, we can just see what's going on over there. I'll bring that up to about there. Gonna mask things off and just sharpen the edge detail. I don't want to sharpen all the textures so much. So I'm just gonna keep going up to somewhere like that. You know, the image is a little bit grainy, so I'm just trying to be wary of that as well. Yeah, it's looking a little kind of muddled to me. So let's just see what happens if we just add a little bit more highlights. Somewhere like that. The only problem with the highlights is it really kind of blows things out, and I'm not really loving that. So I'm going to bring the highlights down, something like that. Maybe I'll bring the shadows up a little bit. Somewhere around like that. Yeah. You know, that's a really nicely refined adjustment. I mean, from where it started to where it is, I really kind of like what's happening with that. And I was talking earlier, I want to add a little bit of post-crop vignetting highlight priority. So I'm going to just pull this down. And already, look at that. Look at how it's nicely bringing those edges in. It's going to keep going somewhere around there. I'm going to just take my midpoint in, and I'm just going to bring it in to about there. Roundness, yeah, I really just want to focus on the chimp and the chimp's face specifically. And then I'm just going to feather this in, and let's see, we're going to feather it to about there. You know, that definitely darkens the frame, but it gives it a lot more of an oomph. You know, it's a little, to me, it's a little bit more three-dimensional like this. I'm just going to add a little bit more exposure, and I think that might be too much, but maybe we'll start, oh wow, it's just making jumps. So it's just a tiny bit overexposed, so I'm just going to bring it down a hair, just somewhere around there. And, you know, that's not bad as far as the color edit goes. So let's just save that as a snapshot. That'll be snapshot 1. Bang. Now, I want to see how this is going to look in black and white. I'm going to retain all the settings that I have here, hitting the V key. And, you know, I actually don't mind that at all. You know, let's just add a little bit more contrast. A little bit more. Something like that. And, you know, we'll just bump the whites up a little bit. Let's just see how that looks. Yeah, it's too much. Too much. You know, I'm going to undo that right there. Shadows. I'm going to have to add a little more shadow detail. Something like that. You know, that's kind of cool. It's a little bit, God, it's a little bit like kind of one-dimensional in black and white. You know, we've got the chimp, you know, but there's something really kind of cool about it. There's something really painterly. about this. So I'm going to keep going with this and see what happens. I'm going to go back down to my highlight priority vignetting, and I'm going to go even tighter in on this, you know, just see what happens. Oh, no, that's no good. I'm going to go in somewhere around there. Let's just see if we bring our midpoint in just a little bit tighter like that. And let's see what happens. Just bring that down, something like that. You know, and look, this is just an artistic interpretation. I kind of like what's happening over here. I think that that's pretty darn cool. I'm going to save that as snapshot number 2. Now, I had an idea. There's this filter in Silver Effects Pro that I really like. So I'm going to try to use that. I just hit Command E, and that brings me up into this menu over here. Let me just see. No, I didn't want to go into Photoshop, so let's forget about that. Let me go to my settings here, and I'm going to say Edit in Silver Effects Pro. There's one setting in here that I really kind of like. It gives it like this really kind of vintage toned look, and I want to kind of see what that looks like. So let's go into Silver Effects Pro here, and I'm just going to scroll down, and I'm not going to really get that deep into Silver Effects Pro here. I just want to add this one antique plate and just see what happens. Let me just quit this Photoshop back here because I didn't want to go into Photoshop at this point. You know, that's kind of crazy. This image right here with this antique plate. Let's just see what it looks like with antique plate 2. Yeah, that's no good. I like it more vignetted like that. You know, it's just kind of a radical kind of a change here. I'm just, you know what? I'm going to keep that. I'm just going to save it. I don't necessarily know if I want to go into all of the subtleties of this particular filter over here, but let's just save that, okay? And this could be our edit number 3. I might just choose, you know, 2 edits for the purpose of this. You know, let's say maybe here's our edit 1, and then edit 2, it might be our color edit, you know, which, you know, by comparison, let's just take a quick look over here. We've got the color edit, which is nice and thick, and then we've got this, and, you know, there's something really cool about this. I mean, this to me, it transforms the image completely. So, you know what, I might even just stick with this. So that's going to be my edit. Thanks for watching, and let's go off and hook up with Jared and see what he's got.
So we are back with your raw edits of the week 6D4, and this was a cool file. We had the chimp, as I was corrected, looking into his hand. It's a pretty cool file, and as we're going to see from some of these, there's some really interesting things going on in the chimp's like face, in the mind, and it's creating interest, and that's what you're looking for in any kind of image, is if you can capture emotion, then you've done your job, I think, with photography. So what I liked about this was the crop. It definitely needed a crop. They added a post-crop vignette, the white style vignette, which is okay. It draws you into the image, and I like the split tone that was done here. It looks very good. This is a nice and clean looking edit. The color is more like something that you would see on a slide from back in the day. It really looks like something from the 80s, and that's a cool thing. I like the saturation of the tree. I like the bark, and I just like that the chimp is just sitting there going, hum, and that's what he's doing. Or she. I can't tell from the butt if that's a male or a female. I do not know. This is cool too. They didn't do the crop, but they did take out the top left-hand corner distraction that was up there. This is a very older, you know, this gives you the feel of like the 1930s. You know, hey, look, we saw a chimp in the wild, even though it's not technically the wild, but it gives you the feel of an older, more muted split tone type of file, and I do like that as well. This is a really cool split tone. Nice contrast. Love the way that the hand looks. Love the expression on the face with the old whiskers and the hair on its back. And it's just a cool looking, you know, edit. So nice job right there. I thought this was interesting. Sure, it's, you know, done in like paint and they just, you know, drew the iPod there, but why not? What is that, a mustache? Is a moon on there? Anyway, I thought it was interesting, you know, put the iPod on there. Very cool, nice job. I thought it was neat to put on the hat, reverse it, something different. It's not the greatest edit in the world because you can see how grainy it is, but I thought it was just fun and creative to throw the hat there. This is a solid black and white. Look at this. This is really done very, very well. Nice square crop, definitely necessary in this photo to crop it. But look at the tones. Nice separation. This is one of my favorite ones that are here. Great separation from the background. Just look how nice the whites are. There's not a terribly too many grays. I like high contrast photos, and this definitely does that. Nice job. This is close. I like this one the best so far, but, you know, this gives it a more of a, you know, 1970s feel. Black and white, printing in the darkroom. You know, contrast, not burning the background like this one did, which is, I love this one. It's great job. Great job. But yeah, it gives you that older feel. And then he's reading a book. I thought that was fun and creative too. This is a little over the top for me, but I do ask you guys to get creative and try some different things. I don't think it works, but it is creative. Nice. It's nice and tight. I would like to see the shot if it was shot this tight. Sure, you would need a really long lens, but now look, we're getting the emotion of the eyes and the face. You can see what's going on. It's just done very well. You know, the way that this is cropped, if you could have shot it this way, or whoever shot it could have shot it this way, I think it would have been, you know, I think it would have given a very nice impression. Nice and sharp image with some emotion going on. This is another solid quality edit. I love the split tone that's going on here. I love the thick contrast. Not too many grays going on here. Not a lot of in-betweens, but a lot of highs and lows. Very, very nice job right there. This is a great composite. Bowling alley. It really looks like he's getting ready to bowl. Or she. Nice job. Very creative. Nice job. Very creative. I said that twice. Now he's got that's not the world, but that's some kind of ball. It looks like a Jupiter or something. Nice edit, though. I've got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole world. I clapped too soon. My bad. This is cool. It's like a holograph. It's like, hello, you've been sent back from the time 2139, and I am a hologram. And we still haven't perfected holograms. Another nice crop. This would be a nice shot if it was shot this way. I guess he bit his own finger off is what he was going for here. Interesting. Interesting is what I can say. Oh, this is great. Sit and spin. This is awesome. I used to have a sit and spin. I would love to have a sit and spin again. Mine was like blue with yellow, and you sit there and go, woo, sit and spin. Anybody else remember the sit and spin? Thumbs up for sit and spin. Nice edit. A little too harsh for me, but it's nice. You know, it's a little over the top in terms of the darkness. There's not much separation in the face, but still, it's good. I like the black and whites, and everybody knows that. Now, this is muted. It's pulled back, at least compared to this one, but it still works out very well. This is a very nice edit. Nice job. This reminds me of 12 Monkeys. It's over the top. It's red. It's like cool. And it's creative, so really nice job there. I love seeing that. This one didn't crop at all, but I did think that it was an okay edit. But this is showing you why it should be cropped. This is kind of distracting up there. And then we've got the Planet of the Apes. Who here saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Now, was that spectacular or what? I loved that movie. I thought it was done extremely well. It makes you think. There's references back to the original movies, and it's the beginning. It's really, really cool. I thought it was great. And then there's in a smart car. Another nice edit, different background this time, but I do like the tones in the chimp. This is nice as well. I don't think we're back to the beginning yet, are we? Or I'm going in circles. We're not. This is cool. Love the split tone. Very creative with Darth Vader. Didn't know they had trees in the sky, but I guess, you know, Yoda is there with his lightsaber, and this is creative. Nice job. Nice tone. You know, it's a little on the yellow-greenish side, but I still think it works. This crop doesn't do it for me as much because you're cropping off the back of the monkey. Sorry, chimp. Chimping since 25 million BC. Now, that's creative. That's fun. That's funny. I like the black and white here, and that's a Minolta camera in his hands, by the way. Minolta, everybody. This is cool. I like the muted feel. It's like they beat up the file and made it look interesting. I don't know. Does that take us back to the beginning? That does take us back to the beginning. So those are some creative files right there. Nice job. Please send in some portrait raw files to FroKnowsPhoto@gmail.com because it would be cool. People seem to like editing them. They're creative. You know, send your best files that you have. Portraits or not, but portraits are definitely a plus because they're fun to really have They're fun to really have fun with. Nice job, Jared. Anyway, don't forget about the blind pre-sale still going on in the store to get your 6-color I Shoot Raw Mystery Blind t-shirt. And there you have it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.